Have you ever replayed the same conversation 1,000 times, even though it happened days ago? Have you ever laid in bed at 2 a.m., creating scenarios that will probably never happen, but somehow feel painfully real? Or have you ever walked into a room and instantly assumed people are judging you, even when nothing actually happened? If yes, then this video is about you. Today, we're diving deep into the mind of the overthinker, the person who feels every emotion twice, the person who analyzes every silence, every tone, every memory. Not because they want to, but because the brain learned it as a survival skill. In this documentary-style breakdown, we'll explore why some people develop an overthinking mind, what causes it, how it shapes their relationships, and the hidden psychology behind their constant mental storms. And most importantly, how to understand yourself with compassion. Overthinking is not a personality flaw. It's a wound disguised as a habit. Most overthinkers weren't born this way. They were shaped by experiences, environments, and expectations that taught their brain one lesson. Stay alert. Something might go wrong. And so the mind stays awake, even when the body is exhausted. In this video, we're going to travel through the inner landscape of the overthinking brain, where every small moment becomes loud, every silence becomes heavy, and every possibility becomes a threat. The overthinking mind is born in childhood, not from laziness, not from weakness, but from unpredictability. Children who grew up with inconsistent love, criticism, emotional neglect, or sudden anger learned to scan constantly, to observe, to guess, to predict, because predictability felt like safety to them. Overthinkers live with a brain stuck in threat mode. The amygdala, the fear center, becomes hyper-responsive. The mind keeps rehearsing disasters to prevent pain. But this creates exhaustion. A life lived inside the head instead of the world. Overthinkers don't struggle with answers. They struggle with stopping. Every choice feels heavy. Every pause feels dangerous. Every uncertainty becomes a puzzle that must be solved. They live between what if and maybe I'm wrong. Overthinkers often apologize too much. They fear being misunderstood. So they try to soften every word, double-check every reaction, and make sure they never accidentally hurt anyone. They replay conversations endlessly. The tone they used, the timing of their replies, the expressions on their face, analyzing every detail to make sure they didn't say the wrong thing. In relationships, they love deeply, but they fear deeply too. Their hearts attach with sincerity, but their minds imagine every possible way things could go wrong. They worry about losing people long before those people even think about leaving. Their love comes with caution, with overthinking disguised as care, and fear disguised as attentiveness. They aren't hard to love. They're just scared of giving someone their whole heart, and then watching that person walk away. What they need most is reassurance, presence, and someone who understands that their overthinking comes from wanting to protect something they value. Overthinkers feel everything intensely. Small changes mean big danger. Silence feels like rejection. A sigh feels like disappointment. Why? Because they were taught early on that emotional shifts were warnings. The goal is not to shut your mind off, but to teach it peace. Healing begins when you notice your triggers, name your fears, challenge catastrophic thoughts, create safety instead of scanning for danger. And finally, forgive your younger self for surviving the only way they knew how. Your mind isn't broken. It's overprotected you for years. Now it's time to teach it rest. If you have an overthinking mind, be gentle with yourself. You're not dramatic. You're not too emotional. You're not overreacting. You're someone who lived through uncertainty and learned to survive by thinking too much. Your mind became loud because silence once felt unsafe, because you had to stay alert, because you had to predict pain before it arrived. There is nothing wrong with you. Your overthinking is simply a response to a life that required you to be more aware than others. Thank you for watching. And remember, Your mind is loud because it's trying to protect you. But you deserve peace. You deserve rest. And you deserve a life where your thoughts feel like a home, not a battlefield.